What is the form and what is the spirit? So Amr bil Ma'ruf, Nahi anil Munkar. Wahhabis saying La ilaha illallah is different. The believer saying La ilaha illallah is different. Where is the dalil for this? Hazrat Abu Bakr Siddiq went to war. He went to war. With who? With those who say La ilaha illallah. He went to war and he killed those who says La ilaha illallah. They pray, they fast. They do everything. But some things they don't like. He went to war with them. Hazrat Ali went to war with people who say La ilaha illallah, didn't he? Correct? They say La ilaha illallah. They also say Muhammad Rasulullah. But they say La Khilafat. They say Quran only. They're taking the, right? Taking the Quran and they spear it and they show it like this. We follow only Quran. We don't follow any man. Man is corrupt. It can be corrupt, not perfect. The Quran is perfect. We follow only Quran. But Quran is a what? He's going there reading and guiding you like this, like a. And the Quran came like that. The Quran came to a man, the Holy Prophet ﷺ. So that is key difference. That is a fallacy in logic. You understand? So people who are terrorists, extremists, they're also saying they want Khilafat. Correct? Don't they? In Iraq. Is that what the Prophet was saying about Khalifa for 1400 years? No. They're also saying Khilafat. Is that what we're saying about the Khilafat? No. But for people who are stupid and lazy and brainwashed, they're going to say chair has 4 legs, cat has 4 legs, so a chair is a cat. Same. It used to be unbelievers thinking that way. It's okay. They say because there were terrorists who are Muslims, so they say now every Muslim is a terrorist. They are unbelievers. Something is wrong there. They are brainwashed. Even now they're starting to see the difference. It's okay, maybe. But for believers or Muslims to think that, that is unforgivable. That's why Muslims for 1400 years, they can live with Jews, they can live with Christians, they can live with Hindus, they can live with unbelievers. Correct or no? They can live. That power over 1000 years. In India, you could have destroyed every temple. Not 1000 years, 100 years less. They could have. They didn't. Same thing in the Hijaz too. There are still temples and there's still churches and synagogues standing. Same thing in North Africa too. We could have destroyed everything, but we didn't, because that is not what Allah and His Prophet is saying to do. So there is a difference now. So those who are saying that, they are wrong. So their understanding of everything is also wrong. Their understanding of La ilaha illallah is wrong. Their understanding of Quran is wrong. You understand? So their understanding of Amr bil Ma'ruf and Nahi anil Munkar is wrong. So they're only going to do wrong things with that. When they're going to use the religion, of course they are going to. Understand? So Allah make us to be in wisdom and to be in understanding, inshallah. Okay. You satisfied with that answer, or you want to say? No, say.
The reason I was asking is because when you talk to somebody who's, they have this certain desire to now follow Islam, the things that are very easily accessible to them are people who are not right, and they tend to follow them blindly, and these people always say Quran, 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 and then it's very difficult to move these people from, because they always say, why should I follow anybody when I can read and learn the Quran myself?
Yeah.
So and these people who they're following, they're actually following these people.
Right.
Always say Amar bil Maruf, do this practice yourself and read yourself. So talking to some people like that, they just don't understand that you have to follow the right sources.
You don't argue. The Prophet ﷺ is saying, he's forbidding argument in matters of religion, in faith. He's forbidding that. You understand? He's forbidding arguing in matters of religion, even when you are right. If you are right, don't argue. If you're wrong completely, don't speak. Because argument is not the only way. Now we live in so much war. We think argument is the only way to convince someone. It's not. It's not the only way. There's so many other ways to try to make someone to wake up. Don't try to convince them. Don't argue. It extinguishes the light of faith, arguing about religion. Understand? That's why so many scholars, now especially, in the past there were some scholars also, that when they start arguing about matters of religion so much, and that's not with everybody, there's not a Facebook post, it's a matter of small circle, they argue so much, they understood that I know so much religion, but I argue about it so much that I don't have faith. Correct or no? Who is saying this? That he has no faith, although he has religion. Hujjatul Islam himself, Imam al-Ghazali, saying he has no faith. He comes from a long lineage. Not just he learned 1 year, 2 years like today's people. 1 year, 2 years taking online course. They call themselves a mujtahid. They call themselves an alim, and they call themselves a shaykh. His whole life he was trained for that. His father was trained for that. His grandfather was. And they're not some people having some followers in Facebook. They were guiding whole nations, working for sultans. And he was knowing so much. And he says, I fear for my faith. Faith now. And he said, if it's not because of the years that I spent sitting with the Ahl Zikr, with Tasawwuf people of Tariqat, he says, my end would have been a disaster for me. And we know this. Let me tell you, when it comes to matters of faith, how delicate it is. One saint, once upon a time, he put out a writing, and he says, I have 100 reasons to prove, 100 proofs to show that Allah exists. And this was maybe 1,000 years ago. The questions of Allah exists or Allah doesn't exist. How much does He weigh? Can He do this? All these questions is not today that they're asking. They asked 1,000 years ago. Because when Islam entered into very high civilizations, like say in Iraq at that time, like say in Persia, in Rome, they enter into civilizations that have that knowledge for thousands of years, and they come in with all those questions now, and Islam, the Muslims now, they have to answer those questions. They could have just killed everything and said, shut up, don't speak, like Catholics they do. But this is not in Islam. Islam is saying, Allah is saying, read, recite, proclaim. So now there has to be conversation. People are talking. All those questions they already asked. So he's putting out this question, this proof, this work saying there's 100 proofs that Allah exists. And now the saint sent a word to him talking about how delicate faith is. This other saint sent word to him and said, that's because you have 100 doubts in your heart. You understand? So when it comes to matters of faith now also, we discovered a long time ago, from the beginning, don't argue. You don't argue. So, is it am I, do I go talking to Jews trying to bring them into Islam? Do I go to Christians telling them Christianity is wrong, Islam is correct, come into Islam? Do I do that? Do I go to Wahhabis saying that? No. Do I go to people who don't believe saying that? No. It is not in our way. That is not the Prophet's way to argue. You understand? So we should not. We should stay away. Because especially in these days, their hearts are sealed. And like I said, if you want to open that, maybe you have the key, maybe you don't have the key. Maybe you don't have the permission. And we're saying, if I don't give myself that permission, nobody should. Okay, you say, what if it's my family members? What is your family members? Don't talk about it. If they're not ready to hear anything, don't talk about it. Talk about something else. They don't agree. Don't agree. Now, they don't agree. We're not saying to people, you don't agree in our way, leave them. We're not saying leave them. We're saying stay. Because they're still your family. You still have to show respect to them. But the opposite usually happens. They are saying, you leave. You are in the way of Jahannam. You're in the way of wrong. You leave. And we say, don't argue. Be quiet. Be patient. They usually attack. Then we say, draw a line now. Say, if you don't attack me, because I don't attack you, if you don't attack, then we can get along. Because now, yes, it's a matter of difference of opinion. We'll wait. It takes more patience. Because Lodi is always on to fight. When you become Ladu, through the sweet, people are going to change their heart. That is also the way of the prophets, correct? Through sweetness, through persuasion, through when they don't realize it, then you drop something and they say, oh, okay. Look, when you argue with people, they are just going to put up defenses. A wall. You cannot go through that wall. Even if they realize that you are right, they are wrong, they will never admit it because now the ego is in front. You cannot do that. You understand? So you don't speak about that. One of the ways, you may drop certain things here and there. You may poke it here and there, make fun here and there for them to just, but don't argue too much. It's no good. You'll never be able to convince people that way. Especially now, only those that their hearts are a little bit open, they want to stay, you stay. You speak, listen. We don't force anyone, understand? So no need to do that. If it's for yourself that you are trying to work certain things out in your mind, that's different. But for people, don't. Somebody may come here, they may listen. Once they start arguing, you say, that's enough now. We're not here to argue. We have been in this way for some time. When we have Jews and Christians and Hindus coming here, they don't argue. They accept. Because it makes sense. When we have Muslims here, usually they argue from outside. Huh? So this is Akhir Zaman. May Allah keep us away from confusion, inshallah. That's all.